Let's go through the process. Right.
Okay.
Right. So
the police would receive a call of antisocial behaviour. We would obviously ask CCTV to have a look. The call taker would ask for descriptions, stuff like that. The control room would deploy a P6 or a police officer. We would attend the location. If we then attended here and there was 8 or 9 youths there, we would.
Right, I'm one of those 8 or 9 youths.
Okay.
Right. So I'm causing a bit of bother.
I don't know.
But I'm a bit in your face. All right. And so, how do you deal with me? I'm a 14-year-old, highly strung kid who needs a bit of activity in his life, and I don't think I've done anything wrong.
Well, the first thing I'd do is obviously approach you and ask you what your name was. So I would introduce myself and I would say,
Smith.
Okay, my name's Stephen Staniforth from the Wisbech Safe Neighbourhood team.
Yeah.
What's your first name for me, please?
Joe.
Joe. Okay, am I okay to call you Joe?
No, because it's really poor.
Okay.
So I'm giving you a lip.
What would you like me to call you then?
Sir.
Sir. Well, I'm not going to call you sir. What's your surname?
Well, why wouldn't you call me sir? I've done nothing wrong.
Because I'm not going to call you sir. Are you aware it's an offence for you not to provide me with your details under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002?
You think I go at night and read the section? What was that again? 50?
Section 50 of the Police Reform Act.
I've had enough of this.
That's fine. I'd like you to wait with me.
No, I don't want to.
Cause an antisocial behaviour. If you don't wait with me, you'll be getting arrested. Because if you don't wait
what?
with me,
Just when I give you my name?
Yeah, because it's an offence under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act.
It's Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
Jones is your first name or your surname?
They call me Jones.
What's your correct details, please?
George Philip Anthony Howard Smythe Jones.
Okay, and where do you live?
Down there.
Down there.
Yeah, we already moved in.
Down there.
Well, I don't know the house. You'll have to go and have a look at it.
Okay. And what's your date of birth?
14th of the 3rd, 93.
Okay. All right. I've had CCTV on the phone to me and the residents to say that you've been acting in an antisocial behaviour, causing antisocial behaviour within this area.
I don't know what that means, Gov.
Okay, well that means that you've been throwing stones and bottles and stuff like that at residents as they go past and being quite abusive to them.
I checked the dog end and that end of it. I didn't do that.
I have to go over what CCTV and the residents are saying to me. As a result of that, are you aware that there's a dispersal order on this area?
Well, they want to stay here anyway.
Okay. Well, the dispersal order, here is a leaflet for it. It applies from Waterlees Road down to Bath Road and all of the streets included on it. So you now need to leave the area immediately for a period of 24 hours. If you are seen in this area...
I need a map read, I can't understand that. What's that? I didn't do geography anyway.
Well, the spinny's sort of here on it. There is a bigger map on the lamppost just over there.
So you've really got to stay calm and patient and with an obstreperous individual.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
The trouble is, if you lose your temper with them, you're just you're not going to get anywhere. The moment you start saying to them, right, well, you will give me your details. I'm telling you that you're going to give me them, and if you don't, then I'm getting officers down here to arrest you. That's the moment when you're losing their trust. And if it gets to that point, you might as well just walk away because you're not winning the situation.
But you're not a buddy. You don't do the buddy stuff.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. We work a lot on attitude, really. If you approach someone and they say, my name's Ronald MacDonald, and you say, well, where do you live? Well, take me to McDonald's and I say where I live. It does annoy you. It's going to annoy anyone. But I think once you explain the circumstances behind it, that the dispersal order's here, and that what we're trying to do is we want to target the people who are causing the issues here. We don't want to target the people who are genuinely using the play park. Yeah. And once you start to say that and you build up a rapport with the kids, you know who they are anyway, a lot of them. So you know their first names. So when they say Ronald MacDonald, you know that they're called Brian or Joe or something like that.
What would be success for you in this?
To me,
on this project, on this scheme.
Success to me would be for the antisocial behaviour to go down, which it has started to, but for the local residents...
Have we got any figures on that? I mean, is it beginning to...
There is a reduction.
Yeah,
we noticed that the people that were targeted weren't being targeted, which was the main...
Success for me, as the local officer for this area, would be, as I said, for the antisocial behaviour to go down, which it is starting to decrease, but for the local community to get behind the police and to name and shame the people who are causing the issues. When they're here and they're playing here with their children, and people are causing problems out there, to ring the police and to get us to come down to deal with those people. Because a lot of people feel that they're all tied with the same brush, and they're not. It's just that one minority that's causing the issues, and that's what I'd like to see. And then once we've dealt with them appropriately, the local community can come back and use this place.
So the hardcore, though, that are the 1 or 2% of the 1,000 we're talking about, I mean, do you work with other agencies, or schools?
We work with the schools, we work with Fenland District Council, we work with Family Intervention. We've got loads of agencies. We meet once a month at something called a problem-solving group meeting, and we discuss all of the people in that, and then we all go away, housing and stuff like that, or look at housing and contracts for their housing and stuff like that for the parents, and then we all meet, discuss it, and deal with it appropriately.
But is this something that you think this estate could do with to give? I mean, everyone says there's nothing for youngsters to do, which is the old age thing ever since I was a kid, which is, you know, just after the war. I mean, it seems like that. But I mean, is it? Do you get a lot of that? Well, if we had something else to do,
I've been in this job for 5.5 years now, and I hear that on a daily basis. You know, a couple of the local teenagers did tell me a few weeks back that they petitioned the council to get a BMX park put in at the back of the Spinney. They took 1,000 names to the local council, and the council wasn't interested. How true that is, I don't know. You know, I couldn't say whether it is or not. I've said to them, if they bring the petition to me, I'll hand it to the local councillors, and we'll see what we can do. I get on a daily basis. Any situation you go to, but haven't you got anything better to be
although
doing?
This might be a magnet for the ASB to go, but in another sense, it's a good magnet for the 98% of the people who live there, because you know, if you've got visitors, kids staying or whatever, you've got somewhere, at least other than just a park, you've got somewhere interesting, constructive to come to. So
I've known of schools from outside of Wisbech come down in a coach and use the facilities here. I've known of people who have been on holiday in Wisbech, staying with relatives, to come and use the facilities here. And that's what we want. That's what it was designed for. And, you know, if not, it's a waste of £1.5 million that we could have done a lot more with, on the area.
Clearly Friday night is not... I mean, how long are you on? Is this your part of your normal shift, or have you just come
No, this is part of my normal shift.
Yeah.